sweet and sour, my lemon honey. I ran all the way home that night, ran all the way home, right back to my mama.
Hi Soumil, my name is Abhiram SISTLA. Could you please give a little introduction of yourself first, please?
Hi, I'm Soumil. I'm a student of the 21 batch in BITS Hyderabad, and my hobbies include playing football and basketball.
And can I ask which branch you're in?
I'm in EC currently.
Okay, so the reason we're interviewing you today is because we heard that you might be getting a vertical transfer. And so for those of us who don't know what that is, could you please explain what a verti is?
So verti is when you have a high enough CGPA at the end of first year, which allows you to change your branch. So you can change from EC to CS or say mechanical to ENI.
And so what are you planning on changing to?
I'm planning on changing from EC to CS.
Okay, that's damn cool. It sounds like a lot of effort. Can I ask what the BITSAT cutoffs for EC were?
I think it was something between 280 and 290 if I'm not wrong.
And for CS?
For CS it was around 319.
That's a lot of, but I mean that's damn cool. So you said you need enough CG to qualify for the verti, right? How much is the? Do you have any idea of what the cutoff for that is like?
I think usually it's around 9.7 or 9.8.
9.8. And can I ask what your CG is?
So my CG at the end of first year is 9.87.
9.87. That's amazing. So can I ask you how a verti works? Like, what is the process of the verti?
I'm not sure of the exact criteria. All I know is that you need a decent CGPA. And I think when they ask you to apply, you have to write a write-up as to why you want the branch change. So those are the only two factors as far as I know.
And is there a minimum or maximum number of people that get a verti? Or?
I've heard that the maximum number of people is 7, but again, I'm not sure of the rules.
Do you know how that number came to be? Or?
No, I'm not aware.
Oh, that's okay. When you joined BITS Hyderabad, did you join with the intention that you'd move up to CS? Or?
I had no such plan. I was happy with EC.
Oh, okay. So at what point did you decide that you were going to apply for the verti?
I mean, at the end of the first semester, I realized that I have a good CGPA, which was 9.89 at that time. And my friends did tell me to consider the option of taking a verti, but verti is not something you should aim for, in my opinion. At the end of first year, if you have a good CGPA, you can take a call. But it just takes a few exams for you to lose, say, 0.5 or 0.7 CGPA. So I didn't really have any plans. At the end of first year, I realized I have a good CGPA and I considered it.
So if someone was planning on joining BITS with the intention of getting CS at some other point through verti or any other means, like what would you say about that?
I would say there's no harm in trying, but you should be aware that very few people can do it. A lot of people try in the first semester, but then at the end of the day, only a few people get the required CG. So you shouldn't be disappointed if you can't do it.
Okay, that's good advice. At what point did you find out about the whole verti system?
I mean, I already knew about the system being there in almost all colleges, that you can change your branch at the end of first year. And I didn't bother about it much during my first years. At the end of first year, there was this mail that was sent to all of us where we can fill our preferences if we want to change our branch. So that's when I started reading about it.
And can I ask what your preference list was?
So I just filled CS, that's it.
Just CS. Okay. What else? You did say that your CGPA happened to be high, which is why you thought of applying for the verti. But was there any difference in the way you studied before thinking of the application versus after, or?
Not really. I mean, I didn't pressurize myself during the first year.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I already had 2 years of JEE prep behind me, so
yeah.
I wanted to take first year light. So not really. I just studied normally the way I would have in any situation.
And can I ask how you managed your studies and your extracurriculars? Because you said you play a lot of sport, right?
Yeah, I did find it hard to manage my time.
Uh-huh.
For example, before my exams, I used to face a lot of stress because I had a lot of pending work. But I think you should just keep a cool head and keep working.
Okay. I have another question. BITS is notorious for its 0% attendance policy, right? A lot of students hold that to a very high standard. Would you say you utilize this 0% policy at all?
Not really. I tried to attend almost all classes.
But so was there any case where you didn't enjoy the class and you just felt like skipping it?
Not really. I mean, obviously, sometimes when you have a class at 4 or 5, you're really tired and you want to skip it. But I enjoyed pretty much all the courses.
Okay, that's fair. Now you were online for the first sem and offline for the second sem, right? That was the way our batch was. Was there any difference as to how like the education was online versus offline?
I mean, there is a slight difference. In an online semester, you're staring at your screen, and you don't have anyone around you. It's just a different feeling. And in offline situations, you have 100 people around you, and the teacher is speaking. And sometimes, in an offline situation, they don't record the lecture properly, so you have to pay more attention.
Yeah.
And in online, you can just pause and play, go at 2x whenever you want. So in an offline situation, you have to pay more attention during the class. You have to be more regular. But that's it.
I'm going to end this with this question. Would you say you got any memorable advice from anyone? It could be good or bad.
I mean, not regarding the VERTI specifically, but I remember that I was feeling stressed before my exams. I just talked to my parents and they said, I mean, you don't have to pressurize yourself. It's okay if you don't get a good CG. You can always cover it up. So you really don't have to take any pressure.
And was there any advice for when you came to campus? Anything specific for that?
Not really. I mean, I came to campus with the mindset that I wanted to enjoy in first year. Try to live a balanced life, and that's it, yeah.
Okay, that's damn cool, man. It's been a good time talking to you. I appreciate you doing this interview, and thanks a lot.
Same here. Thanks.